I know I say this every month, but it's November. I don't say it's November every month, but I'm shocked that we have made it through another month, either because it just dragged us along or like it's hyperspeed. November. I'm not typically one for like I'm not typically like a lover of November because I feel like September and October are like where I thrive in like the turning of the seasons. But I feel like what is that movie? I think it was with three Charlize Theron. Sweet November. Was it her? One of the movies where they're falling in love and the other person's dying. One of those. But it's just beautiful pictures of New York. That there's a little bit of that energy. Let me explain. Okay. I think that there's a lot astrologically that's going on. So there are a lot of those energies. But I think if you've, if you're seeing this, if it's found its way to you, whether you're listening or you're watching the video, I want you, here's what I want you to imagine. We're going to do a visualization. If you are out on a boat and when you can either go like really, really fast, right? Or you're idling. Now, a boat also, if you go through a wake zone, right? There's like a certain speed that you have to stay under. So you are moving, but you're not going super fast. That is the vibe of November, which sounds vague. I understand, but it's actually oddly specific, and you're going to be able to feel and know the difference. In fact, you're going to know the difference very quickly. Because I keep seeing this thing of like, if you try to go too fast, it's another water analogy I keep seeing. And this one feels a little violent, but stay with me. Of like, if you keep trying to come out of the water and like someone's trying to like push you back down, like the more that you try to like do something, you're going to try to go fast and the universe is going to pull you back. Like, and not that it'll be bad or, it's not like a warning, but just, mind the pace. And I think for that is not only because that's just kind of this transit of the month of November, but you have been doing so much work of transitioning and growing and elevating that you're learning your new speed limit. Because it used to be, you were like, speed? How fast do you want me to go? I'll go super fast. I'll even go to the moon. What else do you want? You want me to get you milk? I'll do that too. Like, you are so used to overcompensating, going fast, doing things for everyone, that this new frequency, this new pace needs a little bit of time to get adjusted. Because what your wake zone speed may be, it may be slightly different from someone else's. But I really think the biggest lesson here is that that speed is going to allow you to get to where you need to be faster. Because when you're going that speed on a boat, you can see everything that's around you. You could see if there's something in the water. You could put a contact in, you could like see what's going on the other side of the lake. There's a sense of observance, or observation, so that you know where you're going. Because here's the other thing. You've been speeding all over this lake. Okay. And you thought that you knew where you were going. You've just been spinning in circles. Okay. So this energy is really redirecting us for where we are going to go and what we are going to travel through for all of 2026. So for those of you, I keep hearing wise, like be wise. I keep seeing owls. So if that's significant to you for any reason, but yeah, just this feeling of like every time you think you're going to want to go faster, you're going to want to slip into that. Like, what's a wise decision? Like, what is a higher choice? Because you may not always be able to trust yourself, not because you're a moron, but we're human and we like repetition. So if you've been used to overcompensating, going really fast, I get emails back right away. That is no longer going to serve you. It spun you in circles. You learned the lessons that you needed to while you were in hyperspeed, but now you're actually going to cause yourself real damage. And the damage just means you're going to slow yourself down. Like the universe is basically, the divine is like, how quickly do you want to get to where you're trying to go? quickly, great. Then slow the fuck down, right? And I'll let you discern how this fits into your own life and what this means to you. But I think that it's pretty clear that when you find that ideal speed for you, then you'll know what taking action, aligned action, should feel like. Because even when things really start to take off for you, and they will, there's like we've been talking about, there's a lot of new energy that's going to come in around March, which it typically does. It's spring here in the States. There's a lot of, just that rejuvenating energy. April is the start of the astrological new year. So you have a lot of like that fire element. So I'm not telling you anything you don't know, but I am wanting to really make sure you're hearing me of like, it's a different ballgame then. We are going to be playing a new sport. So this is like, spring training. We are really going to get clear on what is your wake zone speed and what does that aligned action look like. So a practical tool that you can do is writing down the top 3 goals for yourself. I typically like to split them into body, mind, and soul. So that way I have a nice harmony of where I'm trying to go, rather than like, I need to have, 1 million followers on across all platforms, or like I'm a failure. Because then you're so tunnel vision, you're not seeing that maybe that end goal could meet you in other ways. It could come in from other ways. Again, right? If you are going in the wake zone speed and you're looking around, you're able to integrate other things, and maybe you can get to that goal faster, or in the divine time, in the aligned time. But when you are trying to outpace God, it's not going to happen. Okay. So stay with it. Find this new speed. Aligned action has vision. Hustle with a purpose has consistency. We're used to hearing like hustle or flow, rest or go. And what this season is about learning for us is like, what's actually sustainable is in the middle. And what we're looking for right now is all sustainable habits. You have elevated, there's new work coming in, new relationships. Excuse me, we don't need you there fast. We need you there rested. We need you hydrated, and you need all of your power. So I'm going to leave that with you, but I think that is such a simple lesson, which means it's the hardest. You're right. It will always, the most subtle softness takes the most strength and strong emotional and mental capacity. So I wish you all of the just wonderful, wonderful goodness that November has to offer. Obviously, we celebrate Thanksgiving, and in whatever way that means for you, because we all know that the colonists didn't just break bread with the Native Americans, the indigenous people, but that's a podcast for a different day. But let it be about gathering. Let it be about celebration. Let it be about bounty and abundance, the ability to receive. Maybe even let it be about the ability to not micromanage what you're eating or what you're not eating. Let it be an opportunity to be with people where you have complicated relationships. I think it does offer us a lot of things to not test out, but to experience with this new operating system that we have. So I think that there's a lot of really beautiful things that Thanksgiving and November have to offer us. And bitches, then we made it to the end of the year. Okay. Then we're going into December. And the fact that we have made it almost the end of 2025, big ups, big high fives all around, because, you thought 2020 was hard. I feel like 2025 was like, woo, it was just that in hyperspeed. I am so glad you're here. I wish you all of the best. As always, nobody has your answers but you. Tune out, tune in. Love you, mean it.